Hi everyone! Oh my goodness, I'm doing my celebratory dance. Woo! Okay, so exciting news. I signed up my second pay in full client yesterday. And literally, oh my goodness, literally my first 10K month is on the horizon. I can see it. It is so close. And we are only on the 5th of the month. Like the August just started and literally I am just off and running. But at the end of the day, let me just share this with you guys. You know, for the longest time, I've always been going after the money. And that was what was driving me all this time. And I can let you know that excitement that comes from the money, whew, out of breath, that excitement that comes when it hits your account, it literally only lasts for like 5 seconds. That's it. And then it's gone, right? What I am truly fired up and super, super excited about are a couple of things. Number one, I am so excited. I'm so excited for the people that I'll be working with. So far I have 2 clients that I've signed up, and these 2 amazing women are just so committed to their future, to the vision, to the possibilities. And I am just so fired up that I get to have the honor to walk them through this 6 weeks process to get them to where they want to be. Like, that's what I'm so excited about, because seeing, you know, being able to witness someone's transformation, someone's journey, like that lights up my heart. It's not about the money. The money, yeah, it gets me excited for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but it really doesn't mean anything, right? So it's just insane though. Like, if we spend our whole life trying to work for the $1 million or the multi-million dollars, only to find out that satisfaction and that fulfillment only lasts for a couple seconds, like just trust me on that, because it's not worth it. So, and then a couple other things that I'm so fired up about, it's because being able to generate abundance actually says a lot about my transformation. Because I always say this, money, it's a direct correlation to self-worth. And yes, Matt, I love what you said. It's all about a relationship with God. My faith and my relationship, my spiritual relationship, has played a tremendous role when it comes to generating abundance. But the biggest thing is that because now I have more abundance coming into my life, that is a reflection of how much inner transformation work I've been doing and how much my self-worth has been skyrocketing. And I want to share with you guys a couple points why money is self-worth. I hope you guys can see this. If not, just follow me. Okay, so why did I say money is self-worth? Number one, you know your value. I know it's flipped, guys. Sorry, bear with me here. So in order to generate more abundance, you absolutely need to know your value, right? If you don't know how valuable you are, you will continue to settle at a job that doesn't pay well, at a situation that doesn't, give you enough money for what you are worth, because you don't know your worth. So you wouldn't declare like, this is what I bring to the table and this is what I will receive in return, right? So I'll give you an example of what I mean by this. When I still used to work at my part-time job, I used to work at a mental health facility. It was a residential facility, and I did graveyard shift for a year while I was building my business. And let me turn down the music a little bit. So I did that for a year, and literally it was a struggle, right? I would sacrifice my beauty sleep, my sleepy time, just so I can go to work to make $15, $16 an hour. And by me choosing to stay there, I was literally declaring to the entire universe that my worth and my time, it's worth $16 per hour. I stayed there for a year, right? And when I finally took a stand and be like, you know what? Even though it didn't make any sense logically at that time to quit that job, because it was a stable paycheck, every month I can count on that, but I quit anyways. I quit because I knew my worth it's so much more than $16 per hour. I just could not allow my soul to stay at that situation and to continue to declare that I'm worth this little. Right? So it took action to take a stand for what I believe I was worth. And literally my whole business, my whole life has skyrocketed the moment I quit that job, even though it didn't make any sense logically, financially. And that was March this year. So March this year I quit. And then August, I am close to generating my first 10K month. It's only been 5 months. And we're in the middle of COVID, guys. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Oh my goodness. Like it doesn't matter what the outside conditions are. It all matters with what you do with yourself, right? So that's number one. You gotta know your value and your worth in order to receive abundance. And for the longest time, why it didn't work for me was that, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe what I have to offer and that I can actually create transformation for people. So that's why when I would get on a phone call with someone, enrollment conversations, sales calls, I just couldn't make them the offer. I couldn't. I just gave and gave. I gave phenomenal coaching. I literally created results for them on the call, but I didn't make the offer. I didn't ask them for the money because I didn't believe in myself. Like I didn't have self-worth. So that's why, I just didn't make the money. But now things are changing. I've been just killing it in terms of enrollment. So that's why I enrolled my 2 pay in full clients in the past, like literally past week. Starting August 1st. August has been a great month for me so far. so that was me knowing my worth, okay? And then number 2, it says not take things personally. So in order to, I'm talking about in the context of like enrollment, right? Like sales conversation, especially if you're an entrepreneur, it is so important to not take things personally. And why is that linked to self-worth? It's because when you totally know who you are and you know your values and your all of that, that's independent of what other people think of you, you will not take things personally. Like if someone says no to you, if they say like, think about it, or right now is not the right time, you wouldn't take things personally because you know who you are and you know that whatever the objections coming up, it's all about the other person. It's not about you. But, in the past, I just couldn't do that. I took no's as rejections. I took people saying maybe later as something about me. So like obviously it created a lot of pain. It created a lot of frustrations, like all of that fun stuff. So when you I can't talk right now. The more you increase your self-worth, the more you're able to stand powerfully in a conversation with someone that enrolls them into their vision and the possibilities, and that equals abundance because you're serving people, right? The more you serve, the more you give, the more money you receive. That's it. Okay, so number 3, it says focus outwards and be giving. So for the reason why abundance wasn't coming into my life was because I was taking, right? Instead of truly giving with my gifts and my time and my resources and my wisdom, I was actually taking, right? Because deep down, I didn't have self-worth, I didn't have self-love. So everything that I end up doing, it was coming from a place of I need validation, I need love, I need praise, I need acknowledgement from other people. So energetically, it was a taking energy. So the universe operates this way. When you give, you receive abundance. So because I didn't have the confidence and the self-worth, I couldn't unconditionally and truly give, right? Every time there's like that hidden agenda in the back of the mind or like subconsciously. So the universe can respond to that. When you take, you don't receive. Simple as that. So when you are confident, when you know what your values and you know your worth, you would just be like 100% focused on the other person, right? Right now, what's been working so well for me is when I get on a conversation with someone, an enrollment conversation, my entire focus is on that person. Like, I take myself out of the picture because it's not about me. Like, this is not about me. This is 1,000% about the other person. So when I'm just focused on them, I can say a lot of things that they needed to hear versus being in my head thinking about me, like, oh my gosh, is this person gonna like me if I say this, or is this person not gonna they're gonna think I'm pushy. When we're thinking all about us, we cannot fully serve the other person. So that's what I mean by the third point. And then the last one, I said, what you see in others is what you see in yourself. Amazing point, right? So the reason why, it's because when we don't see ourselves as the highest version of who we can be, we don't see ourselves as the loving, lovable, worthy. If we don't see that in us, we cannot see that in other people. So what does that mean? That means that you cannot stand in the fire for what's possible for the other person because you don't see that in them. Right? When you connect with someone and they tell you things like, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have this, blah, 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 all these limitations, you agree with them because you don't see what the higher version of who they can be, because you don't see that in yourself, right? Whatever you don't see in yourself, you cannot see in other people. So, I guess it was absolutely true for me. Like, I was so in my head. I always looked at the things that didn't work in my life about myself. So clearly, when I connect with someone who tells me they share the same struggles, like they don't have the money, they don't have the resources, all of those excuses or conditions or limitations that they bring to the table, I would say, okay, yeah, I get that. I agree because I know what it's like. And I let them off the hook. Right? That doesn't serve anybody. When we allow others to enroll us into their limitations, that doesn't serve anyone. So the more we can up our levels of self-worth, the more we can up our levels of self-love, self-confidence, that's when money comes in. It's not about what job you get, what career paths you follow. Like, nobody ever taught us this in school, and I'm teaching you this now because this is how it works. It's not about the grades you get in college. Like, it's none of that nonsense. I'm not gonna cuss. It's not about none of that BS nonsense. It's 1,000% about you, how you show up, the energy that you bring out. Are you serving or are you taking? It's 100% about you. So that leads me to wanting you to think about this today. For the rest of today, really ask yourself this question. If I am not where I want to be right now financially, what's in the gap? What's missing? It's my level of self-worth, like, as high as it can be? Do I love myself? If the answer is no, or maybe not, then you get some work to do. Like, until you shift that, nothing will ever change. Nothing. You will continue to spend the rest of your life grinding, struggling, working more hours, but somehow the money situation doesn't change. So you gotta hear me on that, because I've been there. I tried all kinds of different things, but I didn't shift. So nothing changed. The role is a reflection of who we are. So if what you see outside you're not happy with, change you. That's it. All right, guys. So I hope this was supportive. I'm so excited and so fired up. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. Let me know what landed for you in the comments below, and I will go back and reply back to each and every single one of you. All right, guys. Bye.